Hi, welcome to the Sam Sorbo Show. We're going to get right into it. Pornography in the classroom. Yes, indeed, pornography in the classroom. And so I'm bringing to you, first of all, I'm seeing more and more parents speaking up about this. I don't know why critical race theory is the thing that's really tipping parents off more than anything. It certainly seems that way, but porn is also one of these hot button issues in the classroom these days. And so we're going to talk about that specifically. This story off the Daily Mail that this sex ed teacher who was being paid $55,000 a year has recently resigned. Oh, she was at a New York City private school. She resigned after she angered some parents, strangely, by teaching first graders about masturbation and telling kids also that they shouldn't be hugged, quote, without consent. Okay. Now I'm not making this stuff up. And if this is what it's going to take to get parents out, to get parents to take their kids out of the classroom, I'm all for it. I'm all for them taking their kids out of the classroom. I'm just still sort of shocked that it took them this long to figure this out. So the teacher's name is Justine Ang Fonte, and she has now said she won't return to school. She was the health and wellness at the Dalton School, and that's where she came under fire for her sex education classes. But there's so much more to this story. So I want to get into it a little bit more than just telling you that. First of all, this is because she showed first graders this cartoon. And if you're on Breitbart, you may have seen an article that was written actually about me. I was on, I'm going to stay, Eat the Press with Steve Malzberg, because this cartoon is so just blatant sex grooming for our kids. And so I say that, right? I say this is child trafficking, this is sex grooming. It's grooming our kids to become enslaved to their libidos, and therefore become victims, much more easily become victims. So she chose to show this. And by the way, this thing is funded. I'll get to that. It's crazy what they are trying to pass off as education. And this is why I say we don't know what education is anymore. We've totally lost the thread on that. Okay. She's at this private school called Dalton School. It's on Manhattan's Upper East Side. And this is, sent an email out saying, well, she's not coming back. But here's where it gets really dicey in my view. The school stands behind her. Okay, parents, are you listening? The school board, the school principal, the people who run the school, the superintendent or whatever, they stand behind her. They actually said, throughout her tenure at Dalton, Justine Ang Fonte has helped to develop an exemplary K-12 health and wellness program. And this video is part of that. Rest assured, there was no mistake made here. It goes on. Dalton, our faculty, staff, administration, and trustees, okay, that's everybody who is teaching the kids at the school. They continue to stand firmly behind this program and those who teach it. And they're saying that she resigned her position because she just wants to go out and start doing this kind of education freelance. Yes, freelance, ladies and gentlemen. She is available to groom your children freelance. You don't have to spend $55,000 a year to put your kid in a school that will groom them. You can hire her privately. And I wonder what those private lessons are going to look like. I'm sorry. I get very, very angry about this stuff. I get very angry about this stuff. And the idiot parent, I'm sorry, I'm like off the hook now. The idiot parents who continue to find some sort of reason to think that somehow any of this is at all in any way, shape, or form okay. At faculty and staff meetings, the letter goes on. This is a letter that was sent to the parents of the school kids there. Justine announced her decision to leave Dalton to focus on her work as an independent health educator. She's been working toward this goal for over a year. She's been wanting to leave the school for over a year. We support Justine's aspirations and look forward to honoring her accomplishments as the academic year comes to a close. They're literally going to fet her as the academic year comes to a close. They're going to celebrate, honor her accomplishments at grooming children for sex trafficking. And one Dalton parent, and I got to say, you would think that people who send their children to a school that costs $55,000 a year are somewhat clever. You'd be wrong. One parent reacted angrily to the statement saying, "This inability to admit a mistake or acknowledge misstep is strange." No, it's not. Parents, wake up. They don't think that it's a mistake. They don't think that it's a misstep. They're on track. They're doing exactly what they want to do with your children. And you're standing by and going, "Oh, they shouldn't be doing that. Oh, well, nothing to see here, folks. Keep moving on." I got to tell you. So if you want to look up the Breitbart article, they have the video there. I'm not going to show it. First of all, because technologically I'm challenged and I don't have it available for you guys in this format. But I will say I'm working on a new studio where I will have that capability, etc. So in the video, however, I will describe certain parts of it. There's a cartoon little boy, and he asks, "Hey, how come sometimes my penis gets big sometimes and points in the air?" This is shown to kindergartners. This is a sex education video for children. Okay. And then a little girl talks about her private parts in the same manner. And she's told by an older woman in the video. And there are cute little animals around, and the kids are smiling because they really enjoy talking about sex with an adult that they don't know. Right. I mean, it's just an adult. She's not identified as a parent or even a teacher figure. It's just an adult. And she talks about how it feels good when you touch your private parts, although she doesn't refer to them as private parts. She uses the scientific and anatomical vernacular. And it does seemingly address masturbation because it describes the act of masturbation, the act of masturbating. And I just want to point out that following an outcry, Fonte told parents that it did not use the word masturbation in class. Oh, because that will fix everything. In fact, forgive me, my reaction somehow seems to be it's always 180 degrees different than what they're pushing, right? So my reaction is, why not teach the children the big word? Why not teach it to them? I mean, if you're gonna do this, I mean, I remember when my oldest was like 2 and 3, I taught him the word reconstitute. I don't know why. I'm like, let's teach him a big word. What's a big word? Reconstitute. Let's take a raisin and put it in water and watch it reconstitute. So stupid. But I'm just saying, like, oh, don't worry, we're not teaching them big words. What? Those who complained to school administrators were told they had misinterpreted the lessons. That was reported earlier in the Post. You guys, you don't get it. We're grooming your children to be sex trafficked. You think we're actually trying to teach them things. No, it's just about the grooming. Okay, so calm down, sit down. This will be fine. By the way, where did they get this video? Where did it come from? Who would think to do a video to teach very young children about masturbation and touching themselves? Who would want to teach children that? Because it's not something that children do naturally. It's not something that they know about, which is, of course, ludicrous and ridiculous. Hedge fund billionaire Bill Ackman's Pershing Square Foundation provided the school. And by the way, I wonder how much how much they save on taxes by donating to a foundation that promotes pornography. Folks, this is so rampant, so insidious inside our entire structure. They provided the school, by the way, his ex-wife Karen is on the board of trustees of that school. The school got a $450,000 grant to fund Fonte's work. Yeah, if you want anything taught inside the school system, come up with the dough, folks. You want to teach the kids that Procter & Gamble is the best company out there? Just donate a bunch of money and stuff, and you'll have the kids eating out of the palm olive of your hand. I don't know if maybe I shouldn't have started the show with this because I'm very, very angry. Fonte recently presented a slideshow to high school students about porn literacy. Oh yes, this is what passes for education, folks. This is why I'm saying to you, if you take your children out of schools, and now I'm blanketing it because honestly, even the private schools seemingly, and there might be some exceptions out there, but even the private schools seemingly, they're just taking a page from public schools. They're just doing exactly what the public schools are doing, only perhaps a little bit better, which is probably worse. And in fact, I think it was, I'm trying to think, it was one of the founding fathers, I think it was John Adams, who said that if you teach children anything without a knowledge of God and the Bible, you're just making better criminals. I'm going to say that again. Education without the knowledge of truth, beauty, and goodness, which in itself is the pursuit of God, is just making better criminals because there's no morality attached. And if there's no morality, but you're making them very smart, they're just better criminals. Who's to say? And this is okay. No, I'm going off track. I gotta keep to the program here. The slideshow included images. Okay, the slideshow that she showed to high schoolers included images of partially nude women, asking students if it was art or porn while they're looking at partially nude women who are in bondage. One mother said when the row first broke, kids have no less than 5 classes on gender identity. This is pure indoctrination. This person should absolutely not be teaching children. I remind you that the school and all the faculty stand behind her. You're in the minority, parents. You're the odd man out. Your views are not valued. Everyone at that school stands behind this gal teaching this sex pornography to young children, okay? Wake up. It's so funny because we're calling the left woke, and that's exactly the wrong term for them. Although at this point, it's a pejorative, and it is right. Okay. Sorry. Okay. The Post also recently revealed that Fonte led a porn literacy workshop at a $47,000 a year Columbia Grammar and Prep School in Manhattan's Upper West Side. You might recognize the name of that school because that's apparently one of the schools that Barron Trump attended. They allegedly forced juniors to attend a compulsory workshop on porn. Your children will not escape the sex grooming that they have in store for your children. Folks, this is in private school. You think this isn't already in the public schools? Think again. The porn workshop included lessons on incest role play and OnlyFans, which frankly, I don't know what that is. I probably should. The students at Columbia Grammar and Prep School were told to watch a slideshow entitled Pornography, Literacy, and Intersectional Focus on Mainstream Porn. Oh, good. It's just mainstream porn. It's not that. It's not all the other kinds of porn. It's just the mainstream porn. Simmer down, parents. It's okay. Trust us with your children. They're not your pride and joy. You hate your children. They're such a burden. Most of the 120 students who were between the ages of 16 and 17 who attended the lecture, they watched it on Zoom from home. So the good news is they could just click right over and start watching porn also. I mean, more porn. I don't mean porn also. I mean more porn. The slideshow allegedly told students what kinds of pornography are legal to produce so they can go off and produce their own. I'm sure at the end of the lecture, it included a lesson on how to produce your own porn. They were also shown statistics on the orgasm gap that listen to this, I can't make this stuff up. Straight women have fewer orgasms with their partners than gay men or lesbians. That's why it's better to be gay or lesbian. This is in all the schools. All of them with very few exceptions. There are exceptions. There are a few exceptions. But I look at parents and they go, well, our school's really good because we know all of our teachers. It's in the curriculum. It's in the textbooks. It's in there. Maybe not to this degree. Maybe they won't show the pornography video in your Zoom conference with your kids, but maybe they will. Do you know? You don't know. You can't know. There's another slide that cited various genres of porn, such as incest-themed, consensual, or vanilla. That's called vanilla, because if it's just consensual, it's not interesting. They're teaching children to rape. Barely legal, that's another kind of porn, awesome. Kink, and also BDSM. Additionally, the slideshow included a list of the most searched pornographic terms in 2019 to facilitate the children in searching directly for what interests them. Anal, gangbang, even stepmom. That's an interesting one, right? Search it up, kids. The OnlyFans is content creators share photos and videos of themselves naked or having sex with subscribers for a monthly fee. I'd forgotten that I knew that. School officials later apologized to parents for the lecture, and the headmaster said they were not aware of what the lesson would entail. That is bull crap. That's bull crap, because if he didn't know what the lesson would entail, he needs to resign. But did he resign? No, I don't think he resigned. I don't think he's really against what happened in the classroom there. I don't think so. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. For those of you on radio, I will be right back. For those of you on video, thanks for joining me. This is the Sam Sorbo Show.